Hello, Bame Farm fans. We're in the Quonset hut, TR-86. Nick's keeping that tire from floating away. And what's that funny bucket? Oh, that little green bucket.
John Deere goo.
Ooh, what's there's like, Nick, did you do that?
No,
what?
that's a
Don't
jig
do that around people. So we've got this stuff. It's called Gen Seal from Gensco Tire, somewhere out of Texas. They sell the airplane tires on rims. And you know, we see the videos where OLF has used the tire eject, that blue stuff. And from my watching of his videos minimally, he phrases it as they keep sending him a bucket or a jug. It doesn't say he orders it. Now, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I got to do some price comparison. This is a 5-gallon bucket. Tire eject sells for $100 a gallon roughly. I bought this whole 5-gallon bucket for $100 and got this little squirt bottle for free to put it in the tire, which we're about to demonstrate. So I cut the end of it, hopefully the right size. We stick it in. We took our valve stem out. We see that right there. Took the valve out. And we're squeezing, it's flowing in. Oh yeah, don't you just love that noise?
Only you.
Now doing this one-handed is a bit of a challenge. Now two hands I can squeeze the bottle better, but we'll quick stop, round it back out, stick it in and squeeze again. And I looked at a tire chart when I bought all this stuff, and this is a 24.5, 32. For a tire this size, I will need 3 gallons. Now, smaller tires, wagon tires, only need like a little squirt bottle here. It's about a quart. And once we get this all filled up, we're gonna have to put air in it and then drive it up and down the road once or twice because you're supposed to get it all the way around the tire.
Anybody up for a combine party?
Eventually we'll have that drive. If you can see my tally marks, I've got 5 in. This is number 6. And we just squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. I want 2 hands here in a second. Now this stuff is, I don't know, the Gensco people said this was just like tire eject, but theirs was their proprietary green, which I'm guessing is...
Some kind of fruity concoction?
It smells fruity.
Definitely doesn't smell like this.
Coconutty and fruity. No, it's not chewing tobacco. If anything, I think the greenness might be from antifreeze. Maybe I'm wrong. And there's like, you see the chunks. I guess you can see through the bottle there. There's blue chunks and other colored chunks. And when we pour it in here in a second, we'll see the consistency of it. There we go. Oh, well, we emptied the little squirt bottle. Time to dump it in out of the bucket. I watch it kind of glop out. Maybe a little dark. It doesn't let air back into the bucket very well, so we gotta sit there and tip the bucket back, let air in. Okay, let's give it a... Ooh, that could be close. Nope, one more pour.
Half pour.
Yeah, go for half. A little more, okay, that's good. I hate overflowing it, so I'm gonna overflow it again, as usual. Oh yeah.
John Deere juice.
Yeah, it's green, something or other. Would like the tire ejector that's blue, matches the Ford tractors. And look at that nice green goo.
Ew, green.
Like those little chunky things in it. It's slimy, it's a little sticky, just a little bit. Maybe that's why it's sweet smelling.
Last one.
Last one. Lucky number 13. We're going over 3 gallons to make sure there's enough. Because, you know...
Just in case that way Magalax can hate you.
Oh yeah, local tire shop will just be thrilled if this doesn't go well, because there'll be a tire that's all full of this goo. It's supposed to wash away with a garden hose, which it seems to, because I washed my hands off in a puddle earlier. Because as you can see, you know, we're not being super clean with this.
Yeah, that John Deere goo.
Yeah, you know. Let's see, let's listen real close. Let's be real still and real quiet. You can hear it squirting across the tire and hitting the like outside.
Yeah, my thing is that rim right there cut into the tire.
I don't think so.
We'll find out when we put air in it.
Yeah, oh, we gotta get air back here. Good thing we're not using a bicycle pump. It'll take about a full compressor's worth of air to get it close. It's amazing how much volume there is in a 24.5 32 tire.
Yes. Oh, think of all that volume you could be using for something else.
Oh, you can see my
lovely tally marks.
Yeah.
In the dirt.
Yeah, a little bit of dust.
Where I went mud bogging with this combine last year.
Yeah. Oh, that lovely empty squirt noise. We're done. Okay, let's make the bottle round so this is ready for the next time we gotta use it. Cap it so we don't get goo everywhere.
Yeah, we don't want goo everywhere. Especially your goo. You claim it's mine.
You're the one who made the mess on the floor.
You made the mess on the floor.
Hopefully that's clean enough to stick this in there. Well, valve seat's going in. Hopefully the goo helps it seal. Now, I've already gone through the rigmarole of playing with, you know, different valve seat and making sure it seals up and blah, blah, blah. Because this thing held air until it was hauled in last fall. And the trucker had let some air out by removing the valve seat. And I tried playing with it, making them tighter, putting some spit on the seal on it, and that didn't work.
We put some backer juice spit on it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that'll make everything better, right?
Yeah, it usually does, I've been told.
Okay, well that's full of goo.
It'll make the tire go, yoo-hoo.
Yeah, it was right. Time to get some air.
Air time.
We have an air hose with a Hodiani thing. Now, the sad part is I was putting a tank of air in this tire about once a week all fall and winter.
We'll see how long this lasts.
Well, I've worn the end of the valve stem is a little worn, so hopefully I can get this position just right so I don't want to sit on there. Hopefully. Come on, lock in.
Butt monkey.
Give me that much back pressure. Come on. Lock on. Ah, it's going to be a pain in the butt if I got to hold this. It'll take over a half hour to fill this tire. Hopefully we're not pushing against like tire goo.
We probably are.
Okay, I'm letting go slowly. Okay, nobody touch it. Don't touch the hose.
Everybody, you get away from there. We know how you are.
Nobody move. And we're gonna wait. We'll be back in a while. So the combine's out. Tire's full of air. I got 22 pounds in it. And well, if we look over yonder, it's gonna try to rain on us. So for good measure, we're gonna take one quick trip down the road and then we're gonna put it back in the barn. To be fair, I already took a quick trip after dark last night. But you know, you guys didn't get to see that because it was kind of dark. So we're gonna take a little stroll around the neighborhood. Fires right up every time. Take a quick stroll, hope it doesn't rain on us because we got to put a couple things in the barn before we get soaked, because that's just what it's going to do, is rain on our parade. See, a couple things we got to do for maintenance on this guy for the rest of the season. We got to put a new alternator on it. I mean, I have a functioning alternator on it, but if we get to running after dark, and I've got, say, the fans running and the lights running, and a lot of everything else going on, we're going to be maxing out the alternator. It's only half capacity that we really need. Run, chickens, run. I have meat chickens outside. They're about to get their first taste of just getting absolutely dumped on with the rain. Hopefully they run underneath that trailer. Let's see how fast we can go up and down the road to give our goo one last slosh. We got some engine RPM. We got flashers on for good measure. Hopefully nobody's coming. Big yellow monster coming through. We're just going to do a quick jaunt up the road here. And hopefully a mile and a half of run time is enough to slosh the goo around to give it enough coverage inside the tire. Let's see, if we need the alternator, and I got to put a piece of rubber down inside over the sieves. It's kind of just an air baffle, and that should help clean up the beams. Now we're going down our one-lane road, and I hope we don't run into any traffic, just because it's a one-lane road. There's only 3 houses here. We're gonna see coming up that I bailed the roadside. Got a couple bales there I still need to pick up. I didn't make bales that close. The other bale is made over on the other side of the road. So because of the time of the day, we probably won't go fully out to the state route. I just want to come down here enough to give it one last roll around. I may have to look into the left side final drive. I filled it full of oil, and while it was, say, flat over the summer here, we leaked some oil out, and that was obviously, say, the problem was exacerbated by the fact it was on an angle, but it's leaking around where the shaft exits to the hub. So it may look into that, but hopefully before we were forced to look into it. And check on putting some seals and bearings in it. I don't know if it's just because the augers over there's more weight. I know the wheels are set wide out, and that may not help just with twist on it. Yep, look at the double crop beans. They're not so pretty down here on this slope, but I think our beans are some pretty fair double crops. A lot of the ones around here had troubles germinating because it was a little not rainy. Our mud was slightly dry at the time. Okay, let's run it back to the barn. Yeah, I love this weather. You know, yesterday I woke up and I thought about mowing hay Sunday. And I wake up yesterday, which was Monday. It's August, 26th right now, 25th, something. So I wake up yesterday and all of a sudden there's a 60% chance of rain. I wake up this morning, there's a 40% chance for today. I'm like, well, lovely guys. Thanks for changing our minds in the last minute. So yes, I'm glad I didn't mow hay, so I'm not like scrambling today possibly, or having wet hay, because now we're up against Hurricane Laura coming through over the weekend. Oh, the joys of weather. Definitely good breeze behind us. I don't think it matters for this weight of machine. Tailwind's not helping our mileage out. Two problems that'll get addressed, and a third one that's going to be a bit bigger doing that final drive. Come on, chickens, go for cover. Don't get shocked. Get this electric fence around them. They're a little small. They can almost fit through the fence, and right now I'm sure they're doing stupid things. Okay, that's close enough. Well, we're in the barn, engine power down. That's the habit I picked up from the chopper, is to turn the key to the back to the on position to let the fuel shut off solenoid release and balance out pressure in the fuel lines. So we're gonna come back and say a week or two and we'll check on the tire and tell you if it's working. So it's gonna be a little time before this video gets out. Now I gotta get the truck backed in here. It is time to find out how well that tire is holding air. It's been at least 10 days, maybe 2 weeks. The combine doesn't have that sideways lean. You know, not like somebody did a lift on one side, not the other, or maybe it's the lift on the back. That's the weird thing them youngins are into. They only lift the front and not the back. Okay, it's all the way in. Air's flowing, and we've got, can you read that? 10, and then those next little digits that were sticking out there were 20. I put 22 pounds in it. I'm pretty happy with that. We can try it again, you know, for science sake. And we got the same reading again, almost 20 pounds. That's not too hateful. Now, so we lost 2 pounds. I had 22 pounds in it, which isn't bad. We lost 2 pounds in 2 weeks, and before it would be pretty noticeably low in 2 weeks. So, I guess our juice is working. It may just need more time running through. Granted, you know, this thing has only been up and down the road less than a mile to get all the goop spread around. So if, you know, through harvest season, many revolutions, it'll spread the goo around, and it should be good through the rest of the year. But we'll keep checking tire pressure throughout harvest season, let you guys know how it goes. But so far, the Gensco tire seal is functioning well for our needs. And that's even a tire that I think has a tube in it. So I'll catch you guys later with more fun fixing adventures.